Alright, here we go. We can't count on Google Chrome. What a mess. I'm going to have to uninstall and reinstall that bird. What's going on, everybody? Cold and kind of cool and kind of nasty day today. Perfect day for a cup of coffee. Let's not hit anybody out here. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. All right. How you doing, Justin? Oh, brother. Glad to be with you. Happy Sunday. Looks like that guy got all that crap cleaned up on the side of the road. Maybe he moved his trailer on too. I don't know. He was a bit peeved today, to say the least. So welcome in, everybody. I'll say my hellos in a little bit. Not to be rude, we have slick roads today. And it's just been kind of nasty. I didn't have Bobby come out in this weather. Wasn't worth ruined him over at the pumpkin patch today, so I didn't go over there today. I said maybe Thursday we'll go over. Said maybe Thursday we'll head over. Thought that was a good idea. I wonder what the hell they're doing with that building. I don't know. Doing all kinds of trenching and new pipes. I have no idea. Happy Sunday, everybody. Please hit the thumbs up button if you're just coming in. I almost took off somebody's car door. Opened the car door right in the middle of the road. Been a little windy. Kitchen Stadium is holding up well. It's champion season, which I really like. Be super comfy. Just can't beat the build quality. How you doing, Jen? What's going on? I get tired of battling this goofy Chrome. I don't know what this story is. Why I'm tired today. Still got a few decorations to put up. Wonder if we're not busy today. We look pretty good. We're going to take preferred parking over here. Man, I can't believe they still got this red box rental machine here. Hello, Miss Tree. How are you, Ronnie? Hello. Bonjour. I'll be back in a momentito. Make sure you're on all messages. None of that jive turkey top messages. crazy how everybody's your bro these days. All of a sudden I'm a bro. Hey doctor, how you doing? What's going on? What's going on? How you doing, bro? 2:49, bro. Have a good day, bro. Even the girls. It's funny, even the girls call each other bro now. What are you doing, bro? Hey Naomi, how you doing? I mean, it's crazy. Even the girls call each other bro. What are you doing, bro? It's funny how language evolves in a society. The one thing that still amazes me is the word cool is still going strong. 70 years later. Man, that's so cool. Wow, whoa, what the heck is this? Whoa, hold on, man. Holy, somebody just dropped a nuke, and I'm not thinking about the guy I smashed into the fence on his bike. Hold on a minute. What is this? Whoa. Harley Lady loves to ride. Thank you for the videos. I do watch, I just never have enough time. Wow. Harley Lady, thank you. I mean, I appreciate it. You can count on me. There's going to be more vids coming, but wow. That's going to get me down on my next. That's going to be a good start for the fundraiser that begins November 1st to get me down to Vegas. Wow, thank you very much. You dropped a $100 bomb on the channel. That's what I tell you guys, you never know when the nuke's going to come in. Thank you very much, Harley Lady. Maybe I knew you under a different name, but I don't know. It's great. Thank you very much for your amazing kindness there. I didn't see that come in on a funky Sunday here. Makes me happy. We got all kinds of weird clouds in the sky, so man, isn't that great? I'm always used. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I don't know if I talked to you before. I'm really happy. Thank you. $100 is not a small thing in this world today, so I'm very appreciative of that. What the hell, that's a monthly phone bill for people and all that, so thank you very much. That really is appreciated. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. Wow, kind of blew up my game tonight, didn't it? Yeah, it was kind of a so-so day till that hit. Beautiful thing. Makes me really happy. Let's see. Only once before I was in live chat. Well, thank you very much. That's so kind of you. Just amazing. Some people just blow me away with their kindness and generosity. Even people you've never met before in life and other things, they still can demonstrate that type of kindness. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So I don't know if Naomi is in the chat yet. I'm not sure if she's here or not. Ronnie, good to see you today. Yeah, that was very sweet. You gotta love a Harley riding lady. I appreciate that. Yeah, just put up that nice night on the Vegas Strip. And then that YouTube short of that poor slob that they smashed into the back of his trailer, and as if that wasn't enough, they stole all his shit out of the back of it. So you have a link to make purchases. Well, I'll have it beginning November 1st. That's going to be the official kickoff day. I'm going to set it up on Halloween or a couple days before, and then it'll go live on November 1st, because YouTube has to approve. It takes a day or two for YouTube has to investigate. Because they get a lot of scams and other things, so they need a couple days just to make sure. We're going to go through fine because this is our third year of doing it. So thank you very much. Very sweet. Oh, I need to make a purchase. Man, I could get to work. Well, it was. All I know is thank you very much, and if you can help out, it's a fine organization. It is as thin on the ground as you would ever hope to see in your life. There is no money really. There is zero overhead. So that's why I'm involved. I don't want to be involved in organizations that CEO makes $600,000, $700,000 a year to run a Goodwill. It used to be you would do those things because you had a love for public service and you had a love for doing those type of charities and things. So I guess that's kind of gone by the board these days. So Goodwill will tell you, oh, we have to be competitive to attract the right CEO, like it's rocket science to run a chain of stores and stuff. Nothing else I can drop stuff off. Well, anytime you can drop stuff off is great too. My friends Mary Ellen and Sam, every time they come down to pick me up, they have products. The first time they came down, I think they had 4 cases of bottled water that they dropped off. The next time they came down with sanitary wipes and I can't remember. They had there was a whole bag of hats and some other stuff. So yeah, thank you very much. So yeah, that's very appreciated. Thank you. It's really windy today. Yeah, the leaves are really going to be coming off the trees now, I think. So how's everybody doing today? I hope hey, there's Naomi. Naomi, it looks like I'm going to be coming back like the I don't know, it's going to be Sunday or Monday from Vegas, like the 30th or something like that, and then in November, and then the following week I'm planning on being in Oakdale and Sonora over there. Nonprofits have become big business. Yeah, huge business, and it's wow, when you think about Goodwill and and how cheap stuff used to be in the Salvation Army, now you go in there and it's almost like full retail and stuff. I haven't been into a thrift shop in a few years. I mean, I got my waffle maker from the Salvation Army. I've picked up more stuff years ago at a Goodwill and Salvation Army, plates, all kinds of things indicative of an upside down. What about my birthday, December 3rd? You know what? That sounds like it might be kind of nice to be. I don't know if it'll be exactly on your birthday, but all the decorations will be up in Sonora. It's your new tenant moving in before you head to visit. No, well, I'm kind of up in the air because I'm thinking of putting the mini split system in now, and I can't get anybody out immediately I want that professionally installed, because I want it mounted high in there. So things are kind of in flux right now, but yeah, November, yeah, it's just in flux right now. So yeah, so it's touch and go. I'm still in communication. But I think with winter coming, since I'm going to be charging like $750 a month or whatever for it, it should be upgraded a little bit to have some comfort. Did you see my first post? I did not, honey. I can't go up, so I can't scroll up to it. So I hope you're having a good day. I guess a lot of people are watching football. It is windy. Hopefully the rain will stop so that we might be able to walk around a little bit tonight. We're certainly not going to be clomping around the cemetery in the ooze and the rain. Needs to have live stream. Needs to have live stream naps. You know, there's people that have run live stream just sleeping and let the chat roll on the side and all that. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of, it's kind of a lazy way just to have people come in. So it's never been something that I've been particularly interested in. What's going on, Elmer? What is going on? I feel like YouTube is super slow today. I don't know if they're being hacked or something. Please hit the thumbs up. I woke up today. I see the president over in Malaysia dancing in Kuala Lumpur. Right. doing the shuck and jive. I kind of enjoyed that. They kind of like that busting loose a little bit in Asia. So I got nothing today. I was debating whether to come on or not, but I figure with the weather, looks like it's trying to clear up a little bit. Jamaica's had it. You know, you live on an island in the Caribbean. Mystery, and it is what it is. Look at the way the people are still recovering in North Carolina from a tropical storm. They came over with tremendous amounts of rainfall. It's just stuff happens. But let's just say mystery. 20 years ago, all you heard on TV before cruises were popular 30 years ago, come to Jamaica, man, and feel the love. Now, ain't nobody want to go to Jamaica anymore. Ain't nobody want to go to Jamaica anymore. That stuff is over because you can't have the threat of violence. I was in Acapulco, Mexico, about 6 years ago, and I went to the La Garita market in Acapulco, which is where they had this dramatic shootout in like 1983 or something in the marketplace, and people were being killed. It was gangs versus cops and all that. And it's a very dangerous place, Acapulco. I remember as a kid watching cliff diving on ABC's Wide World of Sports. All the Hollywood stars would go to Acapulco, and then they had this shootout, and then overnight, like 95% of the reservations were canceled. And Acapulco just collapsed. But I remember going up to those areas, and you have to have a high degree of safety to have tourists coming. Now we're having the same thing down in Cabo. Down in Mexico, the local tourism people are telling the cops, don't put that shit out there about people have banners up that we're warning Americans, if you interfere with our drug trafficking, we're going to kidnap you and you're going to have your tongue coming out of your neck. You have bad stuff come down, you can kill a tourism industry like that. That's why Vegas on weekends now, they put a cop every 100 feet up Las Vegas Boulevard now with lights on, because they're just trying to, this shit went so bad during the pandemic that they were tearing up hotels and stuff. Jamaica has good ganja. Bob Marley said. Jim McKay, yeah, went to my same college. James McManus, class of 43. Banning feds from public in order to beat them from deporting criminals. I don't know if we have what's called in law, we have the supersession of jurisdiction laws, which means when there's a conflict between states and federal, the federal always The Fed always wins, period. That's it. So I don't think any court system's going to hold them up. I don't know.
You're trying, yeah. Mouthy, mouthy. Mouthy.
So Acapulco, distant memories, yeah. Yeah, it was really sad, the graveyard. You go to the graveyard, and I did a video on the graveyard in Acapulco, and they're really fancy. I have to tell you, even if you're even if you're dirt poor in Mexico, you still scrape the money together for a nice headstone and a nice layout. And then you look at the age of all these people that are buried in this cemetery, and you're like, wow, why are there so many newish graves? And then you look at the dates, these are like 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25-year-old guys that have been killed in gang activity and stuff. Doxing federal agents and their families. I don't know. On the one hand, Dr. Frankenstein, it's like a test of the ultimate freedom of speech in America, that even if you work for the federal government, they used to go to the Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh's house and gas the people up outside of that house, or had a picture of his on the beach of a flag that was flying upside down or something. Yeah, I'm not sure if, I mean, I don't know. I am live. What's up, Corky Romanov? Pritzker's jumping the shark. Yeah, there's Cork. There's the Corkster. So it's like, I know where my sheriff lives in town. I know where some of the officers live in the city. Is that supposed to be protected information? I don't know. I don't know if the ICE defense would hold up in court. I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't know, Dr. Frankenstein. Corky has shunned the Thunberg name. He got enough use out of that. He's now adopting the Romanovs, the last Tsar family, and Nicholas II. Do you blame who? The Thunberg called the Thunbergs called and threatened me. I heard even the parents cut off the kid, right? It's like the kid went dopey on him or something. I don't know. So I don't know, Mystery, how I feel about the doxing. If you're a public figure, them's the breaks of the game. It doesn't seem to me like it crosses a line, but maybe it does. I don't know. If you do something, if you come up to the house and you threaten, or you throw shit at the house, or, you threaten that you're going to off somebody, then that's a different story. I mean, that's a definite threat. But I'm not sure if just being on the property is, or just doxing that information. In one way, I don't understand what like Chicago's indefensible now as a city. It's been not totally, but it's been gutted a lot by its crime and other things. And this too, Dr. Frankenstein, that crime never shrinks unless it's by very authoritarian means. In other words, it never decreases. It always just continues to spread like a cancer and take over more and more cities and things like that. And you had the mayor of Chicago stand up and say, grandstanding. I guess he thinks he's going to run for governor or for senator or something. That he's standing up there saying we're not going to cooperate with ICE agents and all that. If you go in and you do an operation, you're on your own. I don't know. We have points of law that haven't really been tested before. Is our local police obligated to come to the defense of federal agencies? I don't know. In one hand, you have supersession, which means the federal authorities are over the states. So, you tell me. Mitchell and Sammy the Bull have podcasts up now. Yeah, there's one guy I followed. He used to be in the mob. I don't know. I can't remember what his channel is. Frank something or other. Frankie Carboni or something has a channel. He puts a lot of that stuff. So I'm not sure. I have no idea. This is why the legal system's so clogged up with cases and appeals and injunctions. It's a mess. Well, the Dems want to divide law against itself, classic sedition. What's going on, Kelly? See, we've come to this strange point in America now where we no longer look at law as important. It doesn't really matter to us because we're above the law now. Which means if you come into this country illegally, no matter what, we're going to defend you, even though you broke the law. And even though a lot of these people obtain fake IDs and use fraudulent things, social security numbers, and have no compunction, no conscience about doing so. Yet there will be people that stand up and say, we're not going to obey the law. To me, Dr. Frankenstein, this is kind of the beginning of the end of law and order and the rule of government. When you can pick and choose cafeteria style which laws you want to uphold and which you choose to break. The Graves. How you doing, Kelly? What? I like why all these congressmen are sitting at home and there's some thing to be working on when it gets to the budget. Did the same thing to destroy the Weimar Republic. In other words, when you talk about, a lot of these people talk about one world order, but they're the people that believe that one world order is a different thing. It supersedes government's right to protect their own borders. There was a video at Dr. Frankenstein about the collapse of Sweden now, which we know is a big socialist country. It came out like 2 days ago. And it's talking about how they've lost great swaths of the country to Islam, and it's created an us versus them kind of situation. It's undermining what it is to be Swedish. That's why I tell Naomi, this is why Norway has such strict immigration laws. Do you know that Sweden took in more Iraqis after the fall of Saddam than the United States did? And this has been totally disruptive to the culture. And yet you'll have people that think that that's a fine thing, and it's the nature of the beast or whatever. Well, until they have to live under that local Sharia law, or then all of a sudden it's a problem. Then they scream for their rights. Come out, we can't do this stuff. No, I shouldn't have to do this and this and that and the other. No-go zones all the way over. Yeah, raping. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, James? So this is what, in so many ways, we've been kind of lucky so far to protect our nation from this, but yet we've been infiltrated and overrun by criminal gangs, by gangs that push a lot of drugs, traffic people, and things like that. So, to me, trying to get the toothpaste back in the tube, although I don't think in the end it'll work, it's not a, it's to me, it's a laudable goal for a country to do that, to try to protect its culture. We introduced all this bilingual education and all this. In other words, we removed the incentive to be real Americans and to integrate into the system because we thought that we were upholding people's cultural sensitive to culture. Well, you know, are you a Somalian or are you an American? You got to make up your mind. Right? You can't live this dual existence, or else people do have a right to say to you, "What the hell are you doing here?" Right? The ball they got roughed and wrong. They can be blamed for it. They take the gun, then I just like that. You think I'm shut down? No, I don't think so, Ken. The pressure won't begin until November 1st when people start screaming about their welfare checks and their benefits and their SNAP and all that. Then, then the pressure will really build at that particular time. I don't know what it's going to mean for budgets. They're immigrants. They use immigrants to print people like they print money, so the Ponzi keeps going. The shutdown, U.S. men can't deliver Silver Eagle. Jeez. Hey, Corky, there we go. Horrors of it. I'm like you now, Corky. I'm looking so far beyond a dollar here, a dollar there, a 10% correction here and there. I'm looking so beyond to the strategic importance of metals now in the future. Shut down, yeah, prepare for the welfare. Well, I don't want to see any child go hungry. Even if the mother or whomever, the caregiver or whatever, is nefarious and has motivations for wanting to be non-productive in society, I do not believe that the kids should have to suffer for that. So, how do you separate it out? I don't know. To me, you just have to continue going and then just say a prayer that people get their lives turned around and see the light. But we created a very enabled culture here that is very difficult. When you start giving things to people over generations, they suddenly feel like they're entitled to that, like it's part of citizenship. And if you go to pull it back and say, this is just a stopgap measure till you get on your feet or whatever, then they seem to have a disagreement with policy and all that. Yeah, eliminating fraud, good luck. Every time I don't see anyone who is wearing Islamic. They don't do it in Norway. This is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Naomi. They didn't allow their culture to be upended by uncontrolled immigration, such as now destroyed the fabric of England and is destroying France. It's a sad thing to witness. But yet, seeing all that, there will still be people that stand up and will defend that as some type of human right or something like that, when they know deep in their heart that it has nothing to do with human rights. It has to do with the power play and intimidation and taking over. So banning head coverings now. The fraud, I really need. That's my generational welfare. Yeah. This is what I've told you for a couple days. They only need to look at Sweden, Naomi, to see how Sweden has gone off the rails now. It's a very socialist country, but socialism supports laziness. and there's just no other way to put it. She's wearing a burqa right now. I remember her as being somewhat stylish out there in the attire. So it used to be I kind of kept opinions on that, because I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But the more I see now, the more I see an emerging picture that's dangerous. It's extremely dangerous to Western civilization, as we know it. And the people that cheer it on today will be the loudest people that scream for help and for things to pull back in the future. They will have the loudest voices. The complaint, but I am amazed at Walmart's workforce reached $6 billion in government, and it's just Walmart. Exactly. Exactly. You still have to have benefits even though you're working a job. I don't know, Harley, if you've seen, I have a real problem with the corporate tax structure in America here now. One of my biggest things is that I think that corporations, since they can have freedom of speech and spend money like a person in the political realm, they get treated as a taxed entity. I believe that a corporation should also have to pay in Social Security taxes and match that, which means 15.8% of their profits have to go into the Social Security system. You have to start taking some of the cream off the top of these corporations, because the very wealthy have pulled so far away from the average working person today that it is like a gilded age. No, it's called I am Christian Corgill. I wear regular. Yeah, then trickle down they should be paying. Well, it's the reason it doesn't trickle down is because corporations have one dictate, and it's a natural one. It's to maximize the shareholder value. It means every day that CEO, every day that board of directors, every day upper management goes into that office, they have one goal in mind, which is to increase profits in the corporation and reduce the cost structure. Now, that's not a bad thing, but the fallout on society can be severe. So we're almost like entering a new Charles Dickens type of era, where the difference between the rich and the poor, the rich are hard to identify now, because a lot of them are hidden behind the scenes. Jeff Bezos sold his place in Washington State. He's moved on to Florida now, which means all the tax money that Washington State was getting is now, it's not going to come to Washington State anymore. They have driven him, their taxation policies have driven the wealth out of are driving the wealth out of the state. Let's see, yes, who was that guy on the maximize share on didn't consider? Well, it's hard. Social responsibility is tough, because given human nature, if you give an inch, people will take a mile. So it bends the other way too, where you have people that are like they're in like vampires, just hooked on sucking the blood, sucking the juice out of this country, that have no intention of ever working a day in their life. They found out the more kids they get, the more their SNAP benefits increase every month, and there's no less propensity to have what I would call a normalized family life. So you end up with multiple baby daddies, and it just becomes a terrible, terrible situation. It is champion season. I don't think corporations are responsible socially, but I do think people as individuals are. Right? So the best thing that you can do is vote for sane policies that help maximize the efficiency of what we're doing here. All welfare is destroyed financially, corporate, and lazy. Yeah, so it's like a double-edged sword. So I think when it comes to kids, there's no question. I don't want to see any child be hungry. I don't want to see anybody that's legitimately working hard and doing their best to go with that. It's just it becomes such a difficult system to sort through, and you can no longer look at things on a case-by-case basis. You just throw up your hands and just throw more money at it and say, here, shut up. More SNAP benefits, bigger tax refund, etc. Well, I've been very worried. There's going to be a lot of people that have lost their high-end jobs. And management jobs used to be pretty protected during layoffs and things, unless the company was in trouble. But usually it was the rank and file that took the hits on that, downsizing. But now they're coming to people in management and saying, you know, with AI, we don't need you anymore. I mean, I've seen the power of that when I designed my cover. I didn't design it. AI did for my book. I would have had to pay a graphic artist about $1,500, and I would have gone back and forth and back and forth. Within 5 minutes, I had a cover that AI declared to be a blockbuster cover. You cannot have a gun which rewarded punish hard work by stealing their tax. The kids aren't, it's their parents. That's right. But the problem is, Dr. Frankenstein, that's all good in theory, but you've got to it's difficult to unwind the clock without making a real mess. In other words, how do you're talking about unscrambling the eggs, which is brutal, which is extremely brutal. In other words, some good people are going to get scrambled, and some bad people are going to, you know, it's going to be a mess. So in other words, we're not starting from just zero now. And then again, SNAP props up the baby. Yeah, they do prop up companies to do that. But if you do away from it, you can't force companies. In other words, nobody has nobody's holding a gun to anybody's head to work at Walmart, right? And that's all the company says. It's a free labor market. If you don't like it, you don't have to work here. I've heard the paper, John, then that would allow more people to work. No, I don't. I think that kids are better off with my own personal opinion is kids are better off with a mother at home, is my opinion. I think we oversize the labor market. We oversize the economy at the cost of future generations and their mental health and their financial abilities, their education and things like that. I think a lot of this stuff from the 1970s destroyed the family, laid waste to that, and you know, every year goes by, fewer people choose to get married now. It's just and there's never been a nation in the history of the world that ever survived when the marriage rate went as low as it is now. It's impossible. It's impossible. If my ABT won't be able to live, has waste away. How you doing, Alan Gentry? Yeah, it's a shame the Niners really looked like hell today. The Walmart distribution center is paying $25 an hour. I was surprised to hear that. Yeah, I think distribution is you know, you're going to be humping stuff around. You're not going to be hanging around in the aisles. I don't have kids. I don't know how much to contribute. Yeah, that's what you do. You do pay your taxes. Your state low. You're paying for schools. You don't have kids that will attend. You're doing your part. yeah, this is what's required in our system. That even if you don't have a dog in the hunt, you still pay for it. So, but let me tell you, $25 an hour, there, the man's watching you there. You can't hide between the stacks back there and take a nap. Hey, where's Frankie? I don't know, man. He's sleeping back there on between 17 and 18. Has a new job at Walmart. I could be a door greeter. How you doing? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, high five. Yeah. uh, I actually think, Harley, that the destruction of the family is the most costly thing to our society, and we're reaping the full harvest of that now. You know, we've just pulled so far away from normal that we don't even know what's going on anymore. Hi, Shimei. Aren't you a day early, or did you finish your paper? It's nice to see you. It's rare to see people smoking now. Yeah, you finished your paper 42 pages ago. How much do you think the birth control... It had everything to do with it. Even NFP, natural family planning, all of that. It removes the contractual meaning of marriage and replaced it with love. You know, marriage used to be the perpetual right over the body of your spouse for the procreation of children. Then around the time Beatles came out with Love, 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 it was replaced, all you need is love. And then that's it. Anything could then be considered marriable. Right? It went off the rails. Love is love. That's it. Love will keep us together. Well, it didn't keep the captain and Tennille together, I'll say that. Love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever some sweet talking girl comes along, singing her song. I can get that. Waiting to see how much AI in my company's right, but oh wow, that's wild, Harley. So it didn't work out for him. Interesting. This is just my opinion. My moderators will put that up. Your mileage will vary. There's people that disagree with me 180%. It's fine. It's fine. You know, and then when no-fault divorce came out in 1970, that was the final stake in the heart right there. That was it.
You are stupendous.
Oh, no. We got Igor walking around with his crotches down at his knee. Happy Halloween. The guy looked like Igor walking around with his sleeping bag and his crotch is down at his knee. Hello, Igor. How are you? Yeah, so your mileage will, of course, vary on that subject, but since Corky specifically asked me, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That is when my man, I think it was, mom got her RN and then and we were, they were out of there. Yes, and they had. Well, I'm glad you turned out good, Harley. From my understanding on the man's side of marriage, we're starting to make headway legally, make divorce more fair. I don't know. That I don't know. I just know that 73% of divorces are initiated by women. And it just makes marriage a risky endeavor now, so therefore it makes families kind of a thing of the past, and then you just get a hodgepodge of stuff. I don't know. There is no more standard. What's going on, Parker? How you doing? I think it's they see more and more shared custody. No kid likes to see a family torn apart. You can look up to 1971. They conducted the California family study. It went for 15 years, tracking like 75 families or something over 15 years, and checking in on the kids, the consequences of it, and how so many kids in the end ended up psychologically injured and untrusting of relationships and things. I'm doing good, Parker. Thought Bobby would be here, but the weather was lousy. There was no way we were going to go around a pumpkin patch in the rain today. So I told him maybe Thursday. Yeah, you have to adapt to different roles and things like that. It's very traumatic for, of course, a child wants to see his parents stay together. Is it always doable? Of course not. But I'm just saying the ramifications are severe. And they don't get a vote in it. So I'm a product of the family up big time. Like I said, your mileage will vary. There's been heroic parents out there that have done beautiful things, is marshaling on and taking care of their responsibilities. It's wonderful. It's not the ideal, but damn if they don't make the best of it. In other words, there's a lot of heroes out there, silent heroes. I know I had a good mother, but it sure didn't make a difference, yes. So it's reached such epidemic proportions today that, the psychologists at that time, up until the 1950s, it was pretty generally accepted that divorce was bad for children. And then the psychologists got into it in the 1960s and pushed back and said, no, kids are a little more adaptable than you think that they are. Once they get over the shock and the awe and drama, they put their lives together. But they found out at the end of the study that that is not the case. It's not the case, especially as you get to the older, the 14 to 18-year-old. Very scared of having relationships, and they want to live together. They don't want that bond, and they don't have the trust element anymore. Harley lady, I think it's just easier to have it. Well, isn't that what the apostles said in the Bible? When Jesus told them the rules of marriage and stuff, they said, whoa, if you're telling us that, it would be better not to be married. Like a couple times in the Bible, the apostles get the whoa, 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 whoa. We know that is a bunch of BS. What is that? Love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever some sweet talking gal comes along, singing a song, wiggling that hiney, then it's all over. Love, love will keep us together. I came in this world by myself and I'll leave it by myself. Like a very good citizen, I'm at the door. Keep us together, young and beautiful. Someday your looks will be gone. Now, the family structure very important. Like I said, well, that's what I'm saying. This is why in my book I've attacked psychology so head on. It's not going to make me many friends, but it's been a real demon in our society. It's been a real splainer of evil. So, and has it benefited society? Not at all. And then I hardly know who writes them or poo-poo. That was Captain and Tennille. But love did not keep them together. I think the captain was below deck or so. I don't know what the hell was going on. I always thought Tennille was kind of cute. She reminded me of the who was the cruise director on the Love Boat. Lauren Two's love, exciting and new. Plus I'm tainted. It wouldn't be fair to one have to deal with it. You're such a nice person, Mr. Good Citizen. To be that thoughtful is absolutely amazing, to be that thoughtful. Imagine that. Because if you ever played the I'm going to leave game, I would just say bye. Well, that's your cue. If you hear it once, it's like the cockroaches in the house. That's it. Door's always open for you to leave. The veiled threat. Yeah, below deck. That's it, Milkman. The captain and Tennille. Love will keep us together. Young and beautiful. Someday your looks will be gone. Hey, J2. See, this is the damage divorces had on me. Nobody gets out alive. I mean, it's like, it's a very... but recognize this, until 1853 in England, it took an act of parliament to get a divorce. A private act of parliament. And in 1895, Mrs. Vanderbilt walked into the Presbyterian church on that Sunday after her divorce, and the whole congregation turned their back on her. Of course, she threw good parties, so after a couple months, okay, yeah, we'll come to your party. What are your thoughts on healthcare? Not sure I like the thought of government in control. We have a chicken and egg thing with healthcare. People will say healthcare is super expensive, so we need the government. Without government, we're lost. But the other side of the egg part says it's government involvement that made healthcare so expensive by willy-nilly just flooding the system with money. And of course, when there's a lot of money chasing a limited amount of goods, you're going to have the price of shit go up and up and up and up and up. So progressive income tax is great. From those who much is expected. I can't even run a post office. Corky, you are a riot. Running a post office and running it profitably. Right. I don't know. Is the post office obsolete? I mean, it seems like, I know people send Christmas cards, and, the government does few things well. And when you flood the system with money, yeah, you have poorly spent funds, corruption, misdirection. You know, we used to have hospitals that were hundreds and hundreds that were staffed by nuns. You could go in, no matter what your faith, have a $50 baby, go out with the bill or whatever. But with the rise of the feminist movement in the 1970s, that sort of laid waste to that, and that sense of, what would you call it, calling, sort of disappeared. I know in my life, you know, one day Sister Patricia's in their flying nun outfit. The next day she's got a guitar strapped around her neck. And I don't want to say it was a mini dress, but it was a shocking day in 7th grade. That's all I'll say. And she starts singing, "Where Have All the Flowers Gone?" And I'm sitting there in the desk and I'm thinking, I didn't really F-bomb at that time. I said, what the hell is she talking flowers? Where are the flowers gone? Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. I said, what alternate universe did I fall into? When does Tara arrive at the Rancho? She'll be here in early November. So that's one thing that immediately spiked up the cost of healthcare beginning then was, you know, the government trains all the best military in the world. Yeah, that's a definitely legitimate function of government, is a well-trained military. So now, unfortunately, Harley lady, since you asked me, we have a huge bulge of baby boomers that are reaching the maximum point of expenditures for medical care now. And that number's not going to go down. The needs for Medicare is up. It's going to explode in the next 10 years. And that itself might be enough to take the whole system down. You don't know. You don't know. Yes, these are only my opinions. Your mileage will vary. Thank you, Shemay. Who are you looking at? Who are you looking at? Yeah, the whole world got turned on. Everything just got turned on its head. Everybody wanted to be on the streets. Oh yeah, they didn't want to render to Caesar what's Caesar's anymore. They wanted to be out there rolling up their sleeves and fighting that injustice and the barrigans and these kooks pouring blood on draft cars, the Catonsville 9 and all this crap. Had to endure that stuff in Baltimore growing up. Not real. The bank taxes is going to collapse soon. Well, let me put a qualifier in that, Mr. Good Citizen. The number of people paying substantial taxes is going to collapse soon, because if you make $40,000 a year, you know, 60,000 is a couple, you're not really going to pay any federal, you know, you have a almost $40,000 marriage deduction, standard deduction. I mean, I'm glad I joined the service, and at least I didn't have to worry about health care now, at least. Yeah, well, you served, Chuck. Thank you for your service. As I've always told Alan Gentry and other people in here, in my opinion, people that serve should be at the top of the budget list every year. Especially ones that served in active combat theaters and things. And I don't care if you got drafted like Bobby or you enlisted like the boss. That's it. Yeah, salute to them. We're coming up to Veterans Day. far cry from the 1970s when they came back from Vietnam and they had people spitting on them and giving them the finger. Now it's all this thank you for your service and blah blah, right? Like they wanted to be there. I mean, it was just like, what sense does it make? Your government sends you over. Okay, what am I going to do? Right? Well, the ones that actually went and served feel pretty damn good about themselves. I will, ooh, do 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 do. Do 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 do. There's actually going to be a case in the Supreme Court of coming up this session about no-fault divorce and how it is it denies justice in the court of law. It violates the natures of contracts and I will, do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do. Don't slam into my vehicle. So Bobby and I are going to try to go Thursday to hit the pumpkin patch. If you divorce to leave without a good reason, I mean, you forfeit. Seems like I got my high school diploma and the next day got drafted. That's it. That was like Bobby. I remember now the song was on the 8-track. Superstar smash hits of 74. That's it, Milkman. Well, the captain and Chenille sang love will keep us together, and you know what? It didn't keep us together. Contracts keep things together, not love. If marriage is based on love, then any living being of anything can get married. Dressing up. No, I'm not dressing up. How about you, Nighthawk? Oh. No, I just think, doctor, people just choose not to get married these days. If it becomes a risk-reward thing, then that's it. Well, that's what's missing. That's why people have brought the cases to court now, to the Supreme Court, because there is no justice in no fault. It makes the marriage contract unenforceable. I have a Greta costume this year. I wasn't planning on joining the service, but, well, you've joined and you did your duty. Do 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 do. Love. I used to think Tennille was kind of cute. I used to think the captain was kind of weird with his hat sitting at the electric organ, but that's a different story. Tennille had big teeth. I could live with it. I could live with it. Jeez. You guys are too much, man. Holy crap. Jeez. I hope that doesn't get back to her. Poor Elmer wonders what the hell we're talking about over here. Oh, she's dead. She died, huh? What did she die of? Broken heart or what? Long and beautiful. Do, 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 do. They made it to, it's like it used to be. You get it nowadays. You just change your mind and get a divorce. Yeah, I like Marie Osmond fan from the center and that. Especially Lonnie Anderson, huh? Oh, she's not dead. Dr. Frankenstein is like, I just assumed that she was dead. Yeah, what you said, Alan, there's going to be big implications one day. There's going to be some people that are really going to be shocked, I think. At the car wash, babe. Doo-doo-doo. Hey, hey, hey. Get your car washed today. Boop, boop, boop. Fill up and you don't have to pay. Ramp at the glue factory. Oh, shit. Old Sugarfoot. They were hot for a minute. Divorce impacts every aspect of ours. It does, Mr. Goodcity. Of course it does. To the point now where people just choose not to be married. That's it. Hence, we have the destroyed society we have today. Whether there is no obligations and everything's thrown over to the state now, where it used to be the church controlled with the state under it. Now that's been flip-flopped. So. Oh, Terry the Crab was wunderbar. It was excellent last night. It was really good. Karen Carpenter had a great voice, so soothing. Long, look at the two of us, strangers in many ways. They take a long time to say, I knew that. To end this way. Hey, Frankie. When the valiant be who can you be glad? No one makes it easier to hurt each other. Well, I've talked the other day. I got some emails. I never thought about what you were talking about before. Some people are older in here, and they said, "Yeah, I never thought about who's going to take care of me when I'm older." Remember, things like nursing homes only came about in the 1960s and 70s. That's when they began, when families started breaking apart. Otherwise, you had like the Waltons with the old lady and the old man, Zeb and Grandma. You didn't have to really worry. Now you get these care workers, and yeah, they're going to be looking around your house. Is that your checkbook? Yeah, I'm going to need you to pay some bills for me today. I got you covered, Mrs. Cleaver. We're on an airplane. Thank you, Matus. I'm good at imitating people. I'm not sure what I'm going to cook tonight. Good night, Mary Ellen. The open secret. The Ravens could be subject if they found it violated. I don't know. The important takeaway today, Kelly, is that they should have used Lamar Huntley. It's excuse Tyler Huntley immediately. You can. This guy made the All-Pro in 2023. He's only 27 years old. He did a masterful job today beating the Bears. He picked them apart like a Thanksgiving buzzer today. He's an excellent quarterback. No, I polished that crab off. Crab cakes would be good. I've made them before on the channel. It's a lot of work to pick the meat, but it's fun. Yeah, I just, I haven't fiddled with lasagna in years. It's a lot to, you got to pre-cook the noodles and then mix up all your ground beef and sauce and mushrooms and cottage cheese. I don't use ricotta because it's too grainy. It's a lot of work. Oh yeah, that huge grab that you grab that. You have to grab it from behind. I'm not sure, Kelly, but what's the discipline going to be? I don't know. Fine. If it hurt the bettors in Vegas, screw them. I don't care. Yeah, lasagna takes time. I'm just saying the takeaway today is Tyler Huntley is an excellent quarterback. Oof, man. I can barely tolerate cheese. That's why you were eating the other night. That's what you were eating. What was I eating the other night? I had crab last night and one big serving of lasagna, and I have had my fill. The QB of YouTube, the OG of Yay. What's up, Jody? Yeah, keep on keeping. Thank you. I appreciate it. Make sure to check out A Night on the Vegas Strip with Mary Ellen and Sam. It's got a good blend of cinematic people watching and a little bit of restaurant review. I like ricottas down. Nah, it's too grainy for me, ricotta. The last time you cooked some crab, I had to go to Aldi and get a box of crab. Like, it took me after. That's great, Chuck. I just cooked it last night. Shit, that's funny. That is funny. Oh, Mary Ellen is like, she's like a wild child. She is. She's bouncing all over the place down there. You think I'm hard to keep up with walking and stuff? I said, how did it feel to have a full-time videographer on your staff? You saw, she was so excited. Steve Aoki, who's like the #1 DJ producer these days, was there. And all these other people were coming up later. Oh man, bullshit, he wasn't there. And she showed them the picture of it. They're like, oh damn, we just missed him. Everybody knew who in the hell it was. Yeah, she likes to have a drink too. That's good. Yeah, doing it up. So the aria was, I never went that deep into the aria before. It was amazing. Yeah, thank you, Elmer. When did the party finally die down last night? I think about 11 o'clock, Dr. Frankenstein. I threw them in the pan just like you with the garlic and everything. There wasn't much meat in them. Sad to say, Chuck, these days when you go to a store to buy something, my expectation is you're going to kind of feel like you got ripped off no matter what you're buying. You know, you're going to have ground beef with bone in it. You're going to be chewing on that and crack a tooth. And you're going to have crab from some god-awful third world country that you wouldn't even let your dog spend the night in. And they're feeding human waste to feed them and stuff. So you got to be during all of our seafood's coming from overseas now. And you don't even want to think these Vietnamese, these Indonesian fish farms. Oh shit. Oh shit, man. It is like the end of I mean, how in the hell do you get radioactive shrimp? Hey Frankie, we got to invest in a Geiger counter now. God almighty. Shit, man, I'm not even going in there anymore. It's so radioactive inside of that. Well, GTB, you're here. You can be our little Pollyanna of positivity. How about that? We'll vest you with that. We'll give you little Daisy to hold in your hand, too. Cesium. Scrotomeaty Quiznos. What's next? Yeah, I called it ball sack. When you take that meat out of your sub, Parker, and that goes like that, there aren't many parts of considered meat. They're going to be like an accordion. You know, I can think of esophageal meat and maybe ball sack. That's about it. I only buy wild boar, really wild, or even as good as yeah. I think Costco is pretty straight up. I think you can trust stuff at Costco. Is my opinion. But I went in to buy a chicken last Wednesday or Tuesday, $4.99 chicken, and I walked out $142 later. I'm like, what the? I believe that Costco food is good. I think that Costco is very demanding for what they put into their stores. How does Trump have all these tariffs? They'll gain more debt faster than ever because the debt is compounding faster than the tariffs can bring it in. This year we will spend $500 billion more on Medicare than last year. That's a whole year of tariffs, provided demand doesn't go down. What's going on, Joni? A lot of super fast, no doubt. Yeah, I was like, wow, how in the hell did this happen? I'm looking in my wallet, it's scorching, it's got smoke coming out of it. What the hell happened? Well, you got a pumpkin, you got batteries, you got sodas. Pacific fish have contamination, Fukushima. Well, GTB, if you can't see things today and see that we're doomed and I am unable to help you, this was the bird with the golden egg. What do fish say on Halloween if they want fish food? I don't know. You think 31 hours can be... Yeah, it's just a comment, Nick. So John just has to sit and watch us fail. Well, GTB, what would you do? You have a terrifically uneducated core of young people. You have unaffordable housing, unaffordable food, and out-of-control governments, wacko trade policies, gold and silver gone crazy. Yeah, I would say it doesn't make a very good stew. To me, it equals potential revolution on the streets. Have to be careful, God, big quantities go to waste. That's why I buy durable goods like batteries, Catherine. They'll last for years. So I'm not too worried about that. I got a pumpkin. I got that Puma sweatshirt. I do like to take a look at the clothes because shit, $14.99 for a sweatshirt, Puma. I mean, the chicks are all over that thing. I try to eat smaller fish like herring and sardine. Bigger fish accumulate more pollutants. I just kind of stay away from it. I don't know. Is that why the guard is in the city? Well, that's part of it too, GTB. We have to be realistic about things. We can't stick our head in it. There have to get on hobby for buying crap food. Sometimes Catherine's husband. Yes, fish are regenerative. Yeah, yes, fish are basically filled. Yeah. You know, what are the positives? I guess if you're on the corporate side, AI is rationalizing the cost structure of corporations, which is going to be a benefit of people until the point it reaches where you knock so many people out of good paying jobs that are management that who's going to buy your product anymore? Who's going to buy the product? When he has to use the dolly to bring Costco in, it's bad. GTB, I see a very irritated society here. I look at the trends that are in motion and I don't see them reversing. I see people becoming very frustrated here because let's just say that you're on the Democrat side and you're out there protesting and you're at the No Kings. Yeah, sorry, but peaceful protest really never got anything. Yeah, the people will be the product. I guess that's it, Shimei. I guess so. AI will serve AI in the end. The people will be the product. I don't know, Shimei. I worry. Like the people that got laid off of managerial positions in Target, where are they going to go in retailing? Well, they're going to go to Amazon. They're going to be pulling product off the shelf or something. It's going to be a hard come down on that. The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. I'm telling you, AI, Walmart looks like J.C. Penney now. What does that mean, GTB? I haven't been in a Walmart in a couple years. It's not convenient. Santa Rosa denied Walmart the ability to build here. I use that on 7 of them gallon each year for state or senators. All the day. Okay, here comes Billy Boy. There he is, our favorite hillbilly. The clothing store. Well, I mean, I'm not sure what it means. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not sure. It's the only clothing store for. Oh yeah, like Costco. Man, GTB. When I saw that $14.95 Puma sweatshirt, yeah, I grabbed it. They're having a bunch of people applied. They're laying off a bunch of people. Yeah, because they don't need the software engineers in there. They tell AI design this circuit, and there it is. Target, they have nice clothing. I don't know. I haven't been in a Target in years and years. 105 billion gallons of water. I use Gemini for my AI. They don't charge you. You should wear your new sweatshirt. I've worn it 2 days in a row, Kelly. It looks nicer than ever. But you got to figure it this way, GTB. Who is Target's customer? It's middle class to aspiring upper class people. Who's Walmart's target? It's the lower end people. So who's going to suffer? Target's going to suffer. Husband comes home, or your wife, she's making $150,000 as a software engineer. She's, guess what? It's soft now. What does that mean? It means I don't have a job, stupid. Kmart is your saving store. Got what you're looking for. Enough water to provide 1 million houses out a year. With water, all they is going to be bad when water becomes scarce. I can see more and more. They got to go back to harness the power of Niagara Falls. That's like enough power in an hour to power the United States for 24 hours coming over there. Do we have a final in the Broncos-Cowboys game? As my Broncos continue moving ahead. Is that over? I'm next, correct. My best friend worked 20 years in the Intuit program, lost his job. AI few. Hey, Roxy, how you doing? Oh, it looks like a bond building. I'm growing to use more weather than anything on the water of the ground. Yeah, 105 billion gallons a day. The coaches make $30 an hour. You live near a Costco, Shimei. Shimei, are you a Costco member? Do you and your mom divide up Costco? $30 an hour at Walmart. Well, you take $30 an hour, you $1,200, $60,000 a year job. You look at Santa Rosa here, a 2-bedroom apartment, $2,500 a month. A 1-bedroom, $1,800. A studio, like $1,500, $1,800. Oh, I'm a business member. Ooh. Look at that, man. 44-24 Broncos. I'll tell you, this Bo Nix is coming into his own, man. No overtime. So it's very hard to move above that at that level. I never go to Target. You know, you're kind of topped out. There's only one store manager. They call you an assistant manager, and then you have to do all the work. It's like 60,000 is almost a survival wage here. If you're single now, shit, I would live in the van and have a membership at Planet Fitness. I'd bank all the money I made. Yeah, it gets a bit chilly in winter, let me tell you. But you can have dreams of sugar plums in your head instead of paying out your $2,500 a month after taxes. Do you think Costco is cheaper than Walmart? Yeah, I do. They're not that far off, but the selection at Costco and the quality at Costco trumps Walmart, I believe. Yeah, Costco pays well. Right, people want to keep those jobs. The Germans have created a tent in a backpack to go along with the chicken in a bag. Jose. I always feel like I'm cheating the system when I get that big fat chicken and pick that hot baby up and put it in the cart. Woo! Oh, man. I put that baby in, feeling good. Costco is hiring. I looked the other day. Yeah, I don't know. They're very particular about who they hire. They kind of lean towards the DEI format, I think. It depends on the item. Costco is a bit more for sure, but the quality is great. And yeah, you buy a huge amount. Like, that's why I don't buy my booze at Costco, because I don't want to buy a half gallon of Maker's Mark. It just doesn't look good on my shelf. Full-time caregiver to the hubby. Quit. Just told him I need a raise. He doesn't raise. You're a great lady, Harley. Your reward will be coming. Target want the people with. Hey, Michael, how are you? Got a good deal. You want to buy bulk? Not there. I got a really nice deal on paper towels. So I had to pay a little bit of money. I figured, what the hell, I'll just stock up when I'm here. I wish they had beef stock. They only ever have chicken stock. Hobby drags no gluten crap in here from God. All of them read the label, gag. That no gluten. Like, what the hell is wrong with gluten? I don't know. We just all ate the same crap when I was a kid. There was no such thing as peanut allergies or I can still remember in 3rd grade, my first crush. Her name was Ramona Torres. She was black hair, dark black eyes, beautiful. 3rd grade. She would come into the cafeteria. I think she came from Spain or whatever. She would open her lunchbox. She would spread a little napkin on the table, and then pull out a little plastic flower in a vase and put it on the there, and I would just sit there like this. Do you save money on beer buying it hot? $19 for a 30-pack of Busch Light. I've turned a lot of people on to Busch Light. There were people in the other night saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. Tasty beer, cheap, the best kept secret in the beer business. I think that's a pretty good deal. I have, I'm still paying, even though the tariffs are in, believe it or not, I'm still paying the same for a 5th of cognac. Jesus, the face she made, she must have been terrified. She was pretty terrified. She was cute as a button. I felt like alfalfa. I'm in the mood for love, dear. Simply because you're near me. I don't find it take money as yeah. I am a sales shopper. I keep a price drive when it. Oh wow, that's pretty good. Bush to finish fourth. I drank a little. Man, I love Bush Light. I've had Canadian Club, Catherine. I just don't really favor Canadian whiskeys too much, but I have enjoyed Crown. I've got stacked up in Apple Crown and the regular Crown. I've been enjoying it. Going shopping and dealing with people. I have to do all my shopping. Do you have any other? Do you have any other? Oh man, the Penn State was terrible. My Broncos have worked out well though. My first, oh lovely, he gave me peanut butter cookies for my birthday. Isn't that nice? No, I've never had Gibson's. I think Crown is a great whiskey that comes out of Canada. I'm just more of a bourbon person. I used to drink Canadian Mist. Ain't good for mixed drinks. I like the flavor of bourbon. And I never mix my liquor. Yeah, the Little Rascals. I don't think we have Keystone. I never heard of anybody having got a food out now. Peanut allergies, corn allergies. What the hell's going on? It's the weakening of the human species. We've been too hermetically sealed for too many years. We're just not exposed enough to germs. And I do love Busch Light, Elmer. I don't think you would like it. You like those big, bold, fat German beers with the nice Fräuleins, the busty Fräuleins, bringing out the big double-fisted glasses there. Würzburger beer. Drink the beer of good cheer, the beer they call Würzburg. No one plays outside of hell. We played in dirt, mud, pies, etc. Yeah, some of us still do. I'm a blue, like 15 packs for around 12 bucks. We made my brother eat mud pie. He did it too. Oh, geez. Oh, gee, rum and Coke. Have your tea party with muddy water. We don't really know. I mean, it could be a lot of different things. Environmental. Yeah, it's. People get. I mean, it's just a lot of things. People get much less exercise these days. So I would play in the dirt and sand, literally have to turn the water hose on me. I took a bath where I pulled the drain up. Boy, it's quiet down here tonight. Oh man. Mud-shaped waffle, shaped with rolled waffle. There was a brewery called Top Hat. It was $5.90. Yeah, I used to pick up a case of beer from my national beer for my grandmother, like $5.29 a case. She went nuts when it went to $5.99. 4 Roses. Look like a title contender in college, but yeah, you know why, Brandon? Because they took the quarterback from Cal. Cal always produces the best quarterbacks. Bringing back memories. Mendoza. He transferred out of the portal to there. I'm a teetotaler. Fernando Mendoza. Yeah, my friend used to drink that crap. He was like he was a Costican or something. He was like a raging alcoholic at 22 or something. He'd drink like a 12-pack a day. Hey, Billy. Pabst was a really cheap beer. All right, take care, Harley. Thank you for your support tonight. It was wonderful. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, glad garage fishing. Those were the days. Big Mouth Malt Liquor. Yeah, we used to hit a little bit of Rolling Rock, Latrobe, Pennsylvania. We didn't have a lot of malt liquors. It was Carling, Black Label, and Colt 45, Billy D. Williams. Plastered all over Baltimore City. And, yeah, Schlitz and Falstaff. That's why I enjoyed my time in Milwaukee. Had some good breweries up there. That's the #1 state for alcoholism is Wisconsin. Or alcohol consumption. In high school, we drank Little King's Cream Ale or Mickey Big Mouth Malt Liquor. We had Genesee beer was another one that we would see. Genesee Cream Ale, which was pretty good. Cream Ale, I don't know. I've just never been an ale drinker. Remember, oh yes, Olympia beer, absolutely. I remember when Coors first came east of the Mississippi and everybody was screaming and hollering, oh wow. You had the 2 little buttons on top. Everybody, oh, we got refrigerated cars now coming. Wow, we've really made it to the big time. Big refrigerated freight cars. You got to remember, I was only born 19 years after Gone with the Wind came out, right? They called cream ale, but it was a lager. Yeah, it was good. Because I don't like ale. Do do do. Yeah, I remember Ham's beer. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ooh. Do 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 boom 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 do do. I had an uncle that drank, and they used to be real popular beer in the late 50s. It's a gassy grandmother. An uncle that drinks hams. Pabst Blue Ribbon. Yeah, I don't like Pabst. Even though I visited the Captain Pabst mansion, and you can look it up on my channel in Milwaukee. Beautiful home. From Germany, Captain George Pabst. Now a lot of these craft beers are drying up and disappearing now. Same thing with some of these bourbon makers, some of these whiskey makers. It's just that the young people just aren't drinking as much as they used to, and it's a big problem if you're a liquor producer or you're a distributor. How do you get people to to increase their liquor consumption? Benedictine Hill, according to Tibble Bear, brew style 5%. Yeah, 5%. It just disappeared. So it's very difficult for them to think about how do we increase beer consumption here. Getting pulled over under a group, you pour out a whole case of Colt 45. Well, I don't like those high gravity stuff. Same thing with Four Locos and Old English. That stuff will, one can blow your nuts off, get you set for the night. It makes people very mean. Do. Benedictine Hill. I have some kind of liquor my sister-in-law from Germany brought. Cloister something or other. I don't know. It had never been opened. Kloster Gubel Frankolich. I don't know. Some monks in the middle of some lake somewhere make this crap. I don't know what it is. I guess it's better than sitting there with colored ink with illuminated manuscripts. Parker ruined my whole party. I didn't do much drinking and driving. We tended to just kind of drink on the street with the Baltimore Rap. Have you ever had green chartreuse? I have not. Nor have I had absinthe. I don't like all those drinks with botanicals and crap in them. Wormwood, make you see shit in your, like, ooh, I'm having hallucinations. Monks. This thing is called Klosterfener or something. I'll have to, well, it's backwards on the screen. I don't know. Oh man, imagine you could save a lot of money if you're working and just living in your vehicle. Bank a lot of dough. Klosterführer. It's like German drinks like 18 syllables. Klosterflüke, Liga, Blüber. Olympia beer and Benedictine. Hell, I don't know. Elmer, what about Würzburger beer in Warsteiner? I don't think Elmer would like Busch Light. I just don't think that that would be to his liking. Yeah, St. Pauli girl, that was hot for a minute. But my favorite beer of all time was San Miguel. I had that in Hong Kong and the Philippines. Wow. What a great tasting beer. The worst beer I ever had was Qingzhou beer from China. They like got the worst of the recipe from Germany or something. It's like Heineken. It's all skunky tasting. All skunked up. It's like you're drinking a rat's ass or something in it. Terrible. They really like left half the recipe in the vault. How you doing, Angus Kisses? Terrible tasting stuff. Then they had a beer called Pauli Girl, which is like a ripoff of St. Paul. That was pretty good. Yeah, the Koreans make a good beer. H-I-T-E, Height beer. Delicious. And Cass, C-A-S-S. The Koreans kick ass when it comes to making beer. You get one of those big 32-ounce casses, put it down, chicken in a bag. Woo! Orangeborn from Holland. I don't know. I just think about, wow, it's hard for me to gag down a Heineken. It's got like a rat's ass tail on it or something at the end. It just kind of puts the teeth into you. But last time I was in Holland, the Heineken was 5 cents a bottle in Amsterdam. Think about that. Yeah, Kirin, also Sapporo is a pretty good beer. Yeah, Heineken, I don't get what the attraction is. No, I don't do Sierra Nevada ale. I can't do ales. Used to be good long. I remember Stroh's, yeah. Used to be good. I don't remember Iron City from Pittsburgh up there. Yeah, I don't know if Heineken was ever good. I don't know. You know, I'm a young kid. I'm looking at the red light district in Amsterdam and I'm like, wow. This is quite a town. Pass me a beer. Stroh's from Michigan. Yeah. Tastes skunky. Yeah, it's just yeah. Sapporo is a good. You pay up a little more for it, but it's a pretty good beer. I like to treat myself when I'm in Vegas once in a while. I like to buy a Sapporo. 1974. Even then, they had a lot of Indonesian restaurants in Amsterdam. I like Sapporo or Ichiban with sushi. How you doing, Lee Murray? I haven't had sushi in a while. It was pretty wild, Parker. I bet the song you made last winter is still fermenting in the soup. What's up, Gordon Ramsay? The soup's still fermenting. Hey, Aquarius. I generally eat everything that I make. I don't have much stuff backed up in the fridge. tomorrow I start cleaning up and getting ready for Terror. Tuesday I'm off to Boss and Janet. We're going to go to Sacramento. There's some seafood buffet that they wanted to try out over there. So that sounds fun. No, I don't have a lot. Probably the eggs are the oldest thing. Can you make a good mac and cheese? You know, I don't know. See, I got one issue, and that's that I'm not a person that eats a lot of cheese. Batch before the tenant moves in. Well, I've still got some worry. You know, the tenant's going to start moving stuff in Zofo or whatever. I've got to put in the, I'm thinking about having a split system put in to make it more livable. Crap, mac and cheese. Yeah, like I had the garlic noodles last night that were delicious. A little bit of garlic and Parmesan cheese, butter and little bit of Parmesan cheese finish. It was delicious. But I would rather have the powdered cheese than the gooey stuff that's on. You never see me make mac and cheese or anything. Yeah, Brunswick stew's delicious, Brooklyn. Still have a bag frozen in the freezer. May, why don't you place that in the rubbish bin? That's where all your recipes. Oh, that's right. You don't make recipes. Felt lazy. Egg salad sandwich. I don't think Gordon Ramsay's ever had an original recipe, has he? I saw him in Hotel Hell. There was some manor in New Hampshire. The guy thought he thought he had $300,000 worth of artwork, and the woman from the auction gallery came in. She said, "No, this shit's only worth $25,000. And Gordon's like, "Would you put this in an auction?" She said, "No, we don't want this stuff." Wait, let someone else make the rest. I saw you, Did you see my video today? I had your flaming fork there outside of your restaurant in Vegas. Met some people from Australia and Hawaii. They drank me under the table. Yeah, Aussies like to put down a few drinks. They're a little more easygoing about drinking and stuff down there. What's going on, June? They're a little more easygoing, I think. That's a much more laid-back culture. Probably Elmer wouldn't like it in Australia. It's too laid back. The people aren't industrious enough. It's my fork. It looked pretty cool. It was a pitchfork, and it had the propane going up it. It looked pretty good. I think the video turned out pretty good for the Note 10. Tuesday, I'm going to have the metal detecting video. Bloody great. Now I have to watch it so I can. Van Santa. What are you fortes when it comes to cooking? Just generally decent cook. My fortes would be what I call hack job cooking. Taking things that people traditionally think have to be cooked for hours, like soups and chilies and beef stews, and reducing that to like 20 minutes of work. Great beef stew, great Brunswick stew, good hamburgers, good with crab, good with Chinese food, decent with Italian. I like to make my own red sauce, and I find most red sauces commercially are too wimpy. They're too, thank you, Gordon Ramsay, make a good stews and soups. Yeah, bread, things like that. I enjoy making bread. I don't make a lot of desserts. I'm real tempted to make a some coconut thing this week for Halloween. Put some little bit of orange icing and give it a coconut flavor on it. I don't do a lot with sweets. I enjoy making my own red sauce. I enjoy making crab cakes, crab imperial, crab soup, anything to do with crab, shrimp fried rice, any type of yong chow ham, shrimp, what they call combination fried rice. I also like to do the noodles. Tonight I think we're going to have some more, we're going to have some of the xiaolong bao, the little dumplings tonight. The last of them, we'll get the steamer out, get that going. Just, I would say, generally, I'd give myself a grade of a B, which is not bad for cooking. That giant crab, what did you do with it? I ate it last night, June. I had 3 great crabs last night, and I ate the hell out of those fat boys last night. Delicious. I think a split is a good idea. Yeah, I think it is too, Corky. I want the person to be comfortable in there. I don't want them to abuse it. You don't really need air conditioning in the summer. You don't really need much heat. But it's a good time to make the move right now and do that improvement. But I want the company that did the church's system over there, but it's a question of getting the guy out. I got the wiring capability there, no problem. Well, some people put it on automatic, and that's very, very wasteful. But I think some of these systems are efficient. Have a great studio apartment for somebody. Yes, yes. And you can use a microwave. I don't want a coffee maker. I don't want any hot plates or anything like that in there. You're welcome to use this cook's camp stove. Hey Chris, been spraying pigeon turds off my roof this morning. You make your Sunday sound so good, Chris Brown. No, I don't know when that coin operated. 220's in there because of the still. Please hit the thumbs up button, guys. But these split systems don't need 220. They can run on, just plug into a 120. Short little stubby run up to an outlet up there, 120. I want it high enough that I might be able to get a Murphy bed in there. I mean, it's a hell of a nice place. You got get your own privacy, all that. Yeah, Mitsubishi. I replaced, or a Bosch system. I replaced the batteries in my car remote. Very good, June. You didn't have to have that reprogrammed in either. thought I used to have a key up here. Oh. I got my cooling collar. I don't know what the hell I have up here. How is it? I ain't got nothing. Oh, shit. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I wonder if this thing still works. Yeah. Yeah. I figured the locksmith can always get me into the van, even when the horns bam, 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 then I can just go up and grab that. So I never have to have what happened in Wyoming ever happen again. Imagine being in Wyoming, the capital, and all of a sudden you can't find your keys. Yeah. And then you call Cowboy Ram or whatever, they're like, oh, it'll probably take about 3 weeks to get that. Yeah, luckily I have a nice gal pal there, Alpine Gulch, who took me and let me hang at her place. We had a lot of fun. Missy Jen ended up FedExing the key. Hopefully it wasn't winter time. It was pretty chilly. But that's what I mean. You have friends all over the nation that would bend over backwards, put you into a hotel, do whatever they had to do to take care of you. That's a beautiful thing. Ribeye steaks and a blue cheese salad sounds tasty. That does sound pretty good. It's just, I really don't have much steak these days. I just walk by the beef at Costco. I look down, I'm like, okay, four steaks, $69 these days. You know what? That's a lot of money. Yeah, but Corky's like, I got a shed. Shit. That shed life. So I figured if I ever lost my key again, the locksmith can always get me through this lock. He's done it before. And then I can get my key. And the finance bill sign on it, man. Have Argentine beef coming. I hope so. Hope we get something for the doggone money that we sent down to Argentina. Battle-born batteries. I had a Battle-born in my motor, in my Class C. Is the house battery.
Oh, those are cool. I guarantee you something. Throw that.
Oh, here comes the sun. Wow. I was going to go to the pumpkin patch today, but it was raining. I didn't feel like having Bobby drag out in the rain today and do all that. So we're going to try on Thursday. But it's nice to see a little bit of sun out tonight. Smells like something's on fire.
This bag
Maybe they're roasting those rotten beans again tonight. Oh boy. Yeah, Bobby, good. Italian paper too. All you can eat for 50. I might have to just go beef crazy. Yeah, some of those Brazilian, we've been to them before, where you have the red on one side and the green on the other, and they just keep bringing the meat around till you say when. Yeah, we did that in Las Vegas. It's down on the Miracle Mall. Way back in 2012, just before I started the channel in December with the boss and Janet. I've seen Bobby for a while. Yeah, we were going to see him today, but the weather's just, it wasn't worth going to the pumpkin patch. It was raining today. So we're going to try again on Thursday. And then Friday is Halloween. And then like the third terror comes. So I got to get cleaned up. Hey, Deja Vu. The outside of the Rancho, it's unusual. The outside's looking good now. It's the inside I got to work on. Tara will be staying in the City View room, the garden suite, in the main Rancho ranch house there. Rosie is always so good and tasty. Yeah, you'd be surprised how fast you get the meat sweats. You start to hit your limit. Those meat sweats can hit you. You see people sweating like pigs at the table. Here, man, have a cloth. Here, have a paper towel or something. Don't sweat on the meat. Look at Shimei. Come on, Shimei. What have you been living in a tiny home all your life? Come on, meat sweats. When you have too much protein in meats at one time, you're burning that up like a furnace. You're sweating like crazy. You're dripping on the meats. You gotta be joking me. You have to be joking. I'm a carbs gal. There you go. You get a lot of meat, yeah, you're gonna have the meat sweats. Wow, never heard of meat sweats. My condo is chilly today. Winter is approaching. A little meat. Not a meat fan. I think people are gradually like moving off of meat. This is why McDonald's, Burger King, please hit the thumbs up too, by the way, guys. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the bell for all notifications. Think about the situation that McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's and In-N-Out, they can't just say we're going to cut back our beef purchases. They have to just go into the market and they got to keep buying and cooking it up, and their margins just get squeezed so much. And then they try to charge 19 bucks for a number one meal, and people are like, oh no, bro. Oh no, yeah, it's too expensive, but they have to keep buying it. So what happens? The burgers get smaller. They're all dried out. They cook them all, and they're just under in a metal container under the heat lamp. I had a good hamburger because I made it myself the other day. Otherwise, dry bone. Quality is not good. They're not giving you choice. They're giving you just ungraded beef. How you doing, Jenny? Aloha, honey. Mahalo. Thanks for coming in. Hope everything's good on Oahu today. Say hello to Queen Lily Olukalani. Burgers are definitely, they're smaller now. They're not very good quality beef. I wouldn't be surprised, June, if they're starting to work the pink slime in again. Fast food is disgusting now. You have to cook at home, Brooklyn. Silver down 70s. It's fine. It's fine, Corky. I'd love a good steep correction in silver. I'd love that. I would welcome silver and gold to get out of the news for a while and be off the headlines. Things are fine. That's good. I get very uncomfortable when it's hitting the headlines every day and it's the top stories. It's like, let's just back off that a little bit. It's shake and bake, and I helped cook at home. What's that? It's not effective for you to cook at home, Shimei, because you don't have the time to do it. You got too many things you're juggling right now. It's not possible. Let's see, you work, get the highest public employee spot in New Jersey. You take care of your mom. You have to listen to your sister talk. You have still dealing probably psychologically with that no-count boyfriend that you used to have. You're an ordained minister in the AME church. Plus you're going to school. Yeah, mooching meals is not a bad thing. Ask me how I know. Shimei should live in the Shine Shack and Rosie could go cook for her. My cat is turning 19 years old. Imagine that. Healthy Brazilian picante steak. All of my boyfriends could cook. Even that no-count boyfriend could cook. You practically had to put that slob stuff out on the street. He was choking up your storage and everything. See, I remember that no count. I buy Impossible meatballs and sausage. Yeah, I don't think that plant food is good for you in the long run. Human body's not designed for that crap, June. And it gets dark early. What time is it? 6 o'clock. Impossible meat sweats. It does bother my stomach. Yeah, because you're not naturally cut out to have soybeans that's processed into some kind of meat thing, and you're getting all kinds of sodium is very high. Yeah, love meatballs, no sacks, that's it. But Shimei, you do love the Quiznos story. It's funny. Beyond Meat, the stock is way down, only a couple bucks on a good day. Are you going to visit Honolulu? Man, I would love to go over and spend a month at the Aloha Towers on Tuzatala Street back there for a month. Do some fishing. I still have friends over in Hawaii. Walking the Alawai Canal. Hopefully they clean that baby up a little bit. I'm those Chinese people with friends, they would eat the crabs out of the alloy. I'm like, oh man. I thought I was bad eating the crabs out of Baltimore Harbor right near the Glidden Paint Factory in Bethlehem Steel. And yeah, okay. Can you say heavy metals? And you'd have to fight to get the rats out of the trap. They clean it up and it gets polluted again. Yeah, because it's just a closed canal, right? It's closed at one end, so yeah, the Monongahela outside of Cleveland. This chick's got a nice camera set up. Glowing crabs and a good old fried fish sandwich. I would say the fillet of fish is pretty good, but even that, I think that's pretty expensive now. So I see over in my neighborhood, we have the worst, statistically the worst of the Jack in the Box system restaurant in the hood. And I hardly see anybody over there anymore. We used to all line up during the pandemic there like crazy. Not anymore. Fried soft shell sandwich. Oh wow, that's delicious, Zofo. I like seafood, but not everything. It's all imported. Even the chicken and fish sandwiches at McDonald's are jacked up, yeah. And let me tell you, Dr. Frankenstein, they're sitting around headquarters in Oak Brook, Illinois. They have floor after floor of psychologists, chemists, people that are mucking around with those sandwiches, tearing them apart, reconstituting them again, putting fillers in them, doing everything they can. Then they run it down, they run it up to the top floor to management and have, what do you think of this? Oh man, this tastes like shit. Are you kidding me? The hell are you all doing down there? Okay, take care, Shimei. I have to interview 20 people to open in the next 2 weeks. Wow. Shimei, would I have a leg up on hiring if I applied? Or would it be like, would I be like a DEI hire? Shimei, like with your IQ, Rosie, yeah, you'd be that token white boy in there now. Do 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 on the Capuana. Do 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 do. Jimmy Dean sausage is probably purer than you think. They're not going to put probably buttholes and lips into it. They might, I don't know, but you probably got some sack meat. You know, it all kinds of grinds up real fine. It becomes macerated, and yeah, you're having ball sack and everything in there. I mean, I hate to burst your bubble, but yeah, it's almost unavoidable. They just toss it over their shoulder and it is zing, 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 zing. We don't know what's in there, doctor. It's not like they got inside cameras showing me the meat that's gone in. You got to do something with that hog's ass and that sack and those lips, from the rooter to the tutor. That's it. They got to do something with it. Probably goes on to maybe the dog food or cat food factory. Who knows? This guy walking around looks psychotic. It's like Jeffrey Dahmer lives. Sacks are a good source of protein. So I got to get the guy out with the split system. I got work to do at church too. They want to put some strip down on the wood in the church. I got to figure that crap out. I got keyhole on that last night. Sausage and biscuits. Look, let's look at it this way. Let's be intelligent. If you look up Dr. Frankenstein and you say, you ask AI, you go on ChatGPT or Gemini, which I use, and you ask Gemini, what parts of the pig are not allowed to be in United States produced sausage? Your wage is spinning. There are no parts of the pig that are not allowed in U.S. sausages, except perhaps pig tusks. You put that in the system. That's using all the accumulated knowledge on planet Earth here of the United States Department of Agriculture. Yeah, sack is perfectly fine. You just throw it in. First they burn the hairs off of it, and maybe they leave that protein. Who in the hell knows, okay? Yeah, pig hearts, all that stuff. You get the Bar S hot dogs. It's made from separated pig hearts. Have a good day. Of course, those guys are throwing ball sack into the separator. Scrapple, all that stuff. It's like, you know what? Who in the hell is going to know the difference? The AI will tell you. It all goes in. Got me burping on my bologna sandwich. Snacks with fries, biscuits, meat, pork, so I can't get them now. I guess things are expensive. Oh, those Broncos, David. I nailed those Broncos at the beginning of the year. Penn State, disastrous. Boy, did they went down like it crumpled like a cheap soup. But boy, how about those Broncos beating the hell out of the Cowboys today? That's a team of destiny. How about Tyler Huntley taking over for the Ravens? That guy's an outstanding quarterback. All-Pro 2003, 2023. I told everyone watch out for the Broncos. Yeah, I can just see the 49ers season is slipping down the tubes. I'm keeping an eye. This guy looks like a nut job over here. Yeah. Yeah, Penn State just blew apart, man. It's like, what the hell? Then again, Alabama almost got beat by South Carolina. You go to the three white dots and go to chat filter. Yeah. Aren't gambling enough. Yeah, I don't think they have to right yet. That Bo Nix is a big boy standing in the pocket. It's going to take a lot to knock him out with an injury. This guy for the Bengals, this Joe Burrow. This guy gets a little bit of turf toe, and it's I don't know. Or Lamar Jackson. Ooh, my hamstring. You look at Tyler Huntley standing in there today against the Bears, just engineering drive after drive. Ravens wouldn't be in this predicament if they had immediately brought him in when Jackson went at the beginning of the year. This guy's a gamer. I say you get a better chance of going to the playoffs with Huntley than Jackson. This guy's a gamer, man. Now when a player gets hurt, I will think they have a gambling problem. Yeah. Good game on right now. What's the score right now, Chuck? Ooh, there's the Jupiter 2 taking off. Ooh. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, dun-dun-dun, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. 7-6 Green Bay. I like that Bo Nix when he was at Oregon. Said this kid's got what it takes to be an NFL quarterback. Well, I hope Green Bay wins. That makes our division easier. Because right now our division, AFC North, is like the disaster zone of football right now. Let's look around a little bit, see what's going on. To sing those sleigh bells ring-a-ling, do-do-do-do-do-do. Come on and do-do-do, like a bird of a feather are we. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go to the show. Oh man, I gotta get the Earl changed in the van. Dog's got his little Halloween gear on. No, he's got his little Giants jersey on. We never make this light, son of a... There's a party at the home of Farmer Gray. Oh, I got to go for an allergy shot tomorrow. Now I'm down to once a month. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. Let's go to the show. Let's go see what's going on at the Scream House tonight, if it's open, the big Scream. La da da dee 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 dee. It's twilight time. Ba 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 boo 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 doo doo doo. Ah, ah, la ba bee bee la ba boo. Together at last at twilight time. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Everybody's gone to the Spirit Halloween store there. The furnace is off because I have meat sweats. Nice, Corky. Let's see. Okay, they got it blocked off over here. Yeah, they're getting ready to open up for the night. They got merch and everything else there. You got to come in with your costume and everything. All right, you're giving high fives to each other. It's 59 degrees here. That's life, that's life. All the people say it's flying high in April, shot down in May. Ba-doo, 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 ba-doo. I've been a puppet, a poet, a pirate, a boo-boo, boo-boo, boo-boo. I've been up and down and all around. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Each time again. Again, I pick myself off the ground. That's stuck again. That's life. That's life. Do 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 do. I've been up and down and all around. At the Peace and Justice Center, what are we protesting tonight? The price of beef, the education system, no Donald Trump. That's life, that's life. I'm dancing in Malaysia with the Prime Minister in Kuala Lumpur. Good night, Carol. I've been boo 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 boo. There's our pawn shop. Boo 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 boo. La ba dee bee dee bee. I don't even wear those good glasses that I got there. Those good chromatics. Each time I do. Ba 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 boo, la ba ba bee, la da dee. Back in the game. That's life. That's life. Ba bee 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 bee. Ba boo 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 boo. What channel do you have on the radio brain of yours? I have Swinging with Sinatra, hosted by Sid Marks. Saturday night, Swinging with Sinatra. Each time, there's the Noodle Palace. There's a few people in the Noodle Palace. Dude, we thought the Noodle Palace went tits up. Then up and down, back the game. That's life. That's life. Boo 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 boo. Ba 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 ba. Ba boo boo boo. Bee bee ba 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 bee boo 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 boo. Ba da ba doo 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 doo. Hey Carol. Do 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 do. La da dee dee dee. I don't really feel like Jersey Mike's tonight. That's a lot to choke down at Jersey Mike's. Do 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 do. Each time I go to feed the cats, I get clawed in the face. That ain't fun. That's life. That's life. Boo 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 dee 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 dee. Do 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 do. Ba ba dee boo dee boo boo doo. Boo boo doo boo boo. I wonder if they got the big meat stand set up tonight down here. Oh, did you see my YouTube short? That poor slob that his trailer got rear-ended and they took all of his shit out of the trailer overnight. They rooted through and ripped off everything the guy had. Hey, Ma Rich. How terrible. All right. This place down here, they specialize in meat sweats right there. They made a great operation out of taking over that lot there. That's Big Meat Sweats right there. Unlicensed food vendors. Amanda Hug and Kiss would say gracious. And this guy's selling hamburgers. Mexican burger. Hope it's good weather tomorrow. Back in the game. That's life. That's life. Man, they still haven't fixed the fence where we rammed that guy on the bike through the fence over there. Knocked him right out of his shoes. She wouldn't eat from a roach coach. If you ever worked in construction and renovation, roach coaches are a fact of life. They're not always the cleanest things in the world. Who the hell gets married on a Sunday? Bunch of heathens. Up and down and flying around and grabbing your sack each time. Do do, boo 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 doo, la dee 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 dee. Back in the rain. That's life. All the people say la doo doo doo. Do la dee 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 boo boo. Leave it to those Orthodox. All right, this is where the guy's got rammed here. He cleaned up all his crap. Good for him. And he moved on his shit cart here. He was highly responsible. All the neighbors raided his stuff. They cleaned it out. That poor slob didn't even know it hit him. You never want to leave your stuff out here. Oh no, we got the boy with the card here. What the hell's he doing? We got a double turn situation here. There we go. Not many do. And that's the tragedy of Western civilization here. Cat sweats. Big meat tonight. Boy, the phone charging is working beautifully, Ronnie. Beautifully. I haven't seen the cats all day. There's Skywalker. Or Rosie, I don't know who it is. Which one of these little maggots is it? It's Rosie. That cat always plucks my last nerve string. These are very enterprising people here. There's the gasoline tower. Helping old Billy boy had a real cost to it. We were spilling gasoline all over the place. Oh no. Oh no, it's like all the cows coming back to the barn at night. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. There's Goliath. Skywalker likes to, the kittens like to sleep with Skywalker at night. The other ones take off. Watch the bums rush to the door. Here we go. Ooh. Look at Goliath. He'd be right in that bag. This boy can eat. This boy can eat. This boy can eat. Kitchen Stadium, high and dry. Hydra, high and dry. Oh, I can feel the chill winds of winter coming. Those chill winds of winter. Do do do. Do do do. Those green fields of summer. Hit that half step. Da 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 do do. La da dee. La da da da. Cats. Let's get our pumpkin lit up. Kind of an intelligent way. Then we get our lantern lit. That flickers pretty good. Thank you. Thank you, Dollar Tree. Let's see if we can avoid getting joy juice on our hands tonight. Oh, man. Yeah, it's a nice little lamp. I've had it about 10 years, if not more. It looks very natural. How's the pumpkin look? Pretty good? Or does it have to be brighter? Seen you guys all day, and then mealtime they all come running. We have to put you away, right? We have to put you away for a while. You get the 10-minute time out. All right. So Rosie, I'd like to time you out permanently. Me. You Baba boo boo. Oh well. There they are. Hey MR, how you doing? Oh boy. It's a cat bonanza. We can come in close for the crunch. Then we'll let Goliath out in a while. Well, Tiger's here tonight. What's going on, Tiger? It's the only time he allows you to pet him is at dinner time. Otherwise, he would tear your sack right off. Okay, I had to load up the beer. I guess we can let Goliath out now. Watch Goliath come streaking in. It's time to let Goliath in. Back down the hatches. Goliath. We'll turn that around this way. There he is. Right there. He's down on that like downtown Julie Brown. Look at that cat eat, man. That's why we call him Goliath. He's like a machine. He is like a machine. Goliath is here. That's it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No fighting now. Yeah, the Joey Chestnut. You gotta keep this cat away. He doesn't care. Other cats are clawing him, beating him. He keeps eating. He doesn't care about anything. He don't care about nothing. He just stands there and takes the beating. Listen to Simba. You can enjoy Goliath for a couple minutes. He doesn't even take a breath. Everybody gets on pretty good now. I don't know where some of them go. It's like they go all kinds of different places. I don't know where the hell they go. Some of them have other homes. That pumpkin's looking good. We got all our decorations up. Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So you can see that feeding time has become much better now. I don't got cats beating on each other. Hey, Rio Bird. Yeah, thumbs up are appreciated, guys. We got the new courtesy of Cindy Russo. The new kitchen stadium. It's already been through its first rain and wind event. We got to pull Goliath back a bit. Happy Halloween. You can't sit there and eat all night, all day, okay? Your uncle doesn't even get a chance. All right, you're just a pig in the family. He's a big pig. Gonna be a big cat. Big, dopey, sloppy cat. I got very good control over the cats now. There goes Goliath back again. Have you tried Diet Coke with lime? I have not, Brandon. I'm afraid I don't like sodas with fruit flavors in them. Well, your Packers better get cracking. Tyler Huntley put on a show today. This guy is a gamer quarterback, man. Do. So tomorrow I really have to start cleaning up inside. Here comes Magic. He don't like nothing going on here. There's Goliath, dopey, walking around. Remember the Pittsburgh Pirates, old ass, yep. And the Broncos keep rolling along. You got the black cat, now the money's on the Colts. You're gonna run out of teams soon, Kelly. Give Goliath a couple peanuts. Uh-oh. Hey Shelby, how you doing? Nice to see you tonight. Controller, that's an old name. Time to knock Goliath out. There we go. Used to fight with the bombshell. Oh, idiot drama. And that's a real pumpkin there, man. That's fierce. How you doing, Richard? Which gray? I'm surrounded by gray here. Magic worked in there now. About 11 o'clock. Oh, the white boots. Yeah, that's Rosie. Or Skywalker, I don't know, I can't really tell. They're all getting fatter than hell. Reminds me of Ma, Rich, that's funny. This Goliath is going to try to get back in again. The cat's a brat. I got some divas here. I got some real divas around here. These Russian Greys, they think they're all that. They think they're Johnny Badass. I'm so glad Karl Marx and that crew moved on. Probably the best fed cat on the street. It's the best fed cat on the street. Cats on the street, yeah. Especially Goliath. He's going to be heavier than a Thanksgiving turkey, man. Do I miss Baby Socks? Not one bit. That cat was always meaner than hell. Yeah, you're welcome, Richard. Thank you for the thumbs up and the subscribe. Couldn't stand Baby Socks. What a mean ass cat. Trying to reach out, claw. I'd claw you all the time. Who could miss Baby Socks? I don't miss Karl Marx. I don't miss Frida Kahlo. I don't miss Diego Rivera. I do miss Trotsky. I do miss Lenin. We still have Chairman Meow. These cats have a robust appetite. No, we never did get that one. We never did get, never got Baby Socks, and I never got Karl Marx. Yeah, we had all the rogues galleries of communists here. Where did you purchase the canopy? Ma Rich, I was very blessed that Cindy Russo donated it to me. She came in one night, she took a look at the existing kitchen stadium. I guess she broke down in tears. And the next thing I know, the next day, here's a new one here. I guess it was pretty rough looking. Yeah, but little by little, they fall by the wayside. They disappear, they get run over, they move on. Every cat that you see is fixed now. That took a lot of work to trap. It took almost 2 months. That magic's like a... Rosie was fixed, but not Socks. Socks hasn't been here in months. Socks finally got the message that, you know what, you're not welcome here. Not that anybody mistreated the cat, but you know, it's just like, you don't play well with other cats. I mean, no offense, but the female cats are the worst. Good friend. Yeah, she's an excellent friend. How you doing, Cindy? How are you, honey? Like today, I didn't see him at all. They were gone all day. Oh, sold my best cat. Stole your best cat, Ricky. Wow. Yeah, thank you, Cindy. We got the pumpkin carved, everything. She's an awesome lady. Karl Marx. Yeah, you should have kept him in Germany, Elmer. God, I never seen a nation that unleashed more horrific shit on the world than Germany. Nihilist philosophers, Nietzsche, Schopenhauer, Karl Marx. Damn, man. Friedrich Engels. Immanuel Kant. Terrible. Sigmund Freud, terrible. Oh yeah, A Shadow of a Death. There you go. Day of Dead Festival. Yeah, I hope to see one in the next few days. Up in Windsor, they have the Day of the Dead. They put it all in the trunks. There's Simba. What you doing, Simba? You little three-legged rat. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Thank you, Richard. $2 from Richard Miller. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. I hope they have that again this year. Guess what? Gained lots of new friendly subscribers. That's very good, Invisible Man. Just brace yourself. There's going to come a day you're going to get some unfriendlies, and you're just going to have to reach down and grab them like you got a set and just not let people get to you. Techno also gave his Kraftwerk und Techno Music. Shit. Und that's what happened to them. Pocket calculators and numbers. Hecker and Koch. Oh, Heckler and Koch. Yeah. Yeah, I asked Father Creer, I said, why is Germany so always at the forefront of stuff? He said, it's because the German language is so precise. It gave them like a scientific edge. I thought that was pretty interesting. David Hasselhoff was big on Germany. He was big on Pamela Anderson, wasn't he? I put up Christmas decorations every year. Invisible Man, did you put up Halloween decorations? I hope so. I'm not sure if I'm going to cook tonight, Shelley. I'm enjoying a beer. I did the crab last night. Yeah, it is. The language is very precise. No, I can't speak. I can only say Waschbecken, Verwaschger, Spolen, Verboten, which means wash tubs for laundry use only, dishwashing prohibited. I saw that in a camp overseas in Europe one day, and it just stuck with me. Yeah, there's a tremendous precision in the German language. Yeah, relax. I had a big last night, Shelby. We had it blowing it out on the crab. It was out of sight. So tonight I'm just throttling back a little bit. Where is the chicken? Invisible Man, are you going to put up any Halloween decorations, or are you just going to... Nothing. You have to do for your subscribers. Get a pumpkin and carve it up. They make great weapons. That's the big failing of, that's at the opposite end of the spectrum is Chinese, which is not the best language for precision in the world. I hunted that crab, that's it. Best thing made, except for one maintenance on it had to be done in the shop, couldn't be done in the field, which made it vulnerable. Yeah. The advantage we had is we cranked out Shermans like they were M&Ms. Thank you, General Motors. So yeah, there's a real precision to the German language that there's no wiggle room. Chinese is the exact opposite. Simba. Oh, the cats are well fed now. They're in a stupor. 32 in Ottawa. Okay, so Invisible Man's not answering my question. All right, so I'd like talking to the wall. Simba seems to be the bossy boy. Simba's been bossy for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Bossiest is Rosie, number 1. I would say Simba, number 2, Magic, number 3. That would be the pecking order. Here comes Rosie. That one's meaner than hell. Magic's ready to move on. There he goes. His belly's full. Oh man, that meaner than hell, that one. Meaner. That one would rip your face off. Like, remember Siegfried and Roy got his face torn off? Yeah, if it was Rosie in that ring, yeah, it would have ripped your face off. No, I've got him calmed down now. See, there's Rosie. Swatting her own son. Poor Skywalker. How do you take such abuse? Your mother's like the alcoholic drunk who just abuses you all the time. Huh? Look at that. Doesn't like to see Goliath at the bowl. Goliath could care less. Yeah, pecking order is tough around here, Shelby. They don't play around, but they're getting along a lot better because they know that they all have to eat at the same time, and they all have to get along because it's not open feeding all night long here. Right, there's a specific feed time, and when it's empty, it's empty. That's been very good. Number 1, it economizes the food dramatically. Number 2, it doesn't attract other cats to the neighborhood. And number 3, all the cats are very healthy and well fed here. If anything, they look a little rotund right now. You got zero personality, don't you? Chairman Meow. Huh? Is your belly gonna pop? Is your belly gonna pop? I never saw 2 cats that were easier gone than these 2. Yeah, they're very content, Cindy. Ain't no cat suffering around here, honey. See the way Rosie just come over and just wrecked the party right there. Now she's going to take that Goliath. Watch this move. She's going to take Goliath right out. Yeah, that's it. Goliath is like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. That's it. Did you get chased out, Goliath? Huh? Did you get chased out? Huh? Did you get chased? It's the Halloween clock. Tick tock, tick tock. I still say the biggest mistake Hitler ever made was on December 11th going into the Reichstag and declaring war on the United States. It's like, where'd that come from? Right? Japan attacked us, but what the hell? If you want to get into you want to be tagged into, all right, it's on. That's it. Freaking Roosevelt couldn't even believe it. See, they eat that clean, man. There ain't no wasted food out. There's no food out for flies to lay eggs in, and then the larvae, the cats eat the larvae. I guess Invisible Man split. I don't know. I asked somebody questions 3 times and they just ignore you. I don't get it. I mean, it's here I'd be called out if I ignored somebody 2 times. I mean, shit. I never saw the answer, Corky. What did he say? What was his answer? I'm trying to help the guy build up a channel. Elmer likes Ludendorff. He said he's a senior in a windowless apartment. He has a balcony there he sits out on. Are you shitting me? He sits out on his balcony smoking cigarettes. Oh, brother. Okay. Or something. I don't know. Corky Romanov. Corky's like, all right, ask me about Russian history or something. Give it a rest. Corky Romanov. There's carry class. Oh, they did a good job with no Ludendorff. What about Hindenburg? Tony, whichever you prefer. We like carry class. Who's squawking like that? Oh, man. Yeah, Elmer Tannenberg. That's where Hindenburg made his big name. Invisible. It's just a business name. The main takeaway from Carrie class is he hates sports. Skywalker. What are you doing, Skywalker? You gonna claw me tonight? What are you doing, huh? What are you doing tonight, huh? Are you showing me your butthole? Huh? Oh, you could have won the Westminster Cat Show. But they clipped your sack and they clipped your ears, so that's it. You're the court gelding now. That's it. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? The Hindenburg. Let's fill a giant. What made it wrong? It's like the guys in 1893, Dr. Frankenstein, that were going to go to the Arctic in a balloon, right? They got up to X feet and the ice went on top of the damn thing. They're throwing everything overboard. The ill-fated 1893 balloon expedition to the Arctic. Not another good idea. You don't even want to mention balloons, dude. Anyway, they became good food for the polar bears and stuff, so. Cloth. Sticks and cloth. Daring young men in their flying machines. Those magnificent men in their flying machines. They go uppity up up. They go down to down down. Anybody remember that movie? Goodyear blimp still float. I think it does, Shelby. I think we have so many closed stadiums now. It's still, I'm petrified of heights. I've only been on that place once, and that was to go to Vegas. Well, what scares you about heights? Ferdinand Graf von Zeppelin. It's like people that are scared to drive across bridges. The lane is the same width. Round 3 times to pass it, and I better let it ride around. I think it did. It had that British actor, and I can't think of it, that had the mustache that goes to, oh, I say, old chap. That really dates me. Those magnificent men in their flying machines, they go uppity up up, boo 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 doo boo doo doo doo. Yeah, he was in Cirque Big Top, I think. I think Burt Lancaster might have been in that movie too. Toronto killing LA 2-11. What is that, Zoppo? That was game 1. LA won game 2, so they're 1 game apiece. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. If I could prevail upon you just to take a second to hit the thumbs up button, it is very appreciated. I have fun tonight. I had a good time tonight. Thank you very much, Amanda. Hug and kiss. I'm glad you're feeling better. I hope you learned something at the Orthodox service today for the wedding. Good night, Brandon, Elmer, Judy. I didn't even know Judy was here. Rio Bird, Carrie Class, Shelby, Brooke, thank you. To my moderators, thank you, Angus Kisses. And Angus Kisses used to be a New England Patriots cheerleader. How about that? Good night, Doctor. Send some pictures, Angus Kisses. Yeah, have a great night, Doctor. I appreciate you. Good night, June. Good night, Kelly. Go back. Jeez. Good night, everybody. Kelly is a mess.